You still haven't told me why you're here, lads.
Lord Commander Corgyle sent us on a routine patrol at the top for the day.
Aye, and if that weren't enough, we have to lug a crow around with us, to train him supposedly. Still a mama's farce of a punishment if you ask me. It seems he doesn't share my sense of humor.
If you learn to shut your mouth during his speeches, we might not be here.
Aye, but don't forget, those speeches would be boring as hell otherwise.
Mayhaps. But I can live with that if it means not having to scrub out slop buckets to use as a flask.
And you? Why are you headed to the top?
I wasn't told much. Weasel just asked Corgyle to send a builder up to the top of the wall. Something about a structural problem at the side of the bridge. He said it was very important that I get my leather arse up there at the crack of dawn.
You mean you're finally doing something about that piece of bloody wood they hung over the rock slide? Aye, fixing that is long past due. The next fool to step foot on that damn thing will fall right through.
Well, your mood's as bright as the day, isn't it? One too many ales last night, was it?
Hardly. It's just I don't trust any of these things you lot build. No offense, of course. I mean, the idea of hanging in a cage hundreds of feet high with just a moldy piece of rope holding it up and built by these brothers of ours? I'm not over fond of it, to tell you the truth.
Well, it won't be the last time we have to take this cage. Anyway, we're here.
Ah, Micah. Glad you could make it. Why are these two with you?
A pleasure to see you too, Weasel.
Corgyle sent them out in the cold for the day to train a new recruit.
The brat under my feet earlier? I told him to count the blocks of ice from here to Eastwatch by the sea. You'll have your work cut out.
Don't you worry about that. We'll handle it.
Very well, let's go. My butt cheeks are about to freeze just sitting around.
Off you go then. More ice to rest our asses on once you've gone.
Can we get moving? Remember not to look down, Chief.
Don't make fun of me, Morse. If you weren't so craven, Corgyle would have made you leader of this patrol.
You know full well I don't want that job. I'm not one for working with babes fresh out of their swaddling clothes.
So, your problem is not Corgyle?
There is that, too. But fear not. If you don't want this honor, I'm sure Sir Thorn will gladly take it on. There's plenty around here queuing up to lick the Lord Commander's ass clean.
Speaking of licking arses, it's time we gave that young crow his initiation. Come here, young man. What's your name?
Merrin, sir.
Whoa, hold on there, boy. There's no sirs here. You're at the wall now. Just call me Chief. That's Sir Mors there. He don't talk much, but he's a good man, and he's your brother now, like all of us here.
Go easy on the boy, Gorold. He's nervous enough as it is.
I'm allowed to have some fun, aren't I? Tell us why you're here.
I'd prefer not to say, if it please you.
Well, that can only mean you're a criminal, eh? Never fear, lad. We're all at the wall for the same reasons, almost to a man.
I'm not like anyone here. I'm only here because I tried to protect my young brother.
Great. Another hero.
Don't worry, boy. No one here's trying to offend.
Now come on, we've got work to do. Not all the criminals here are scum, you know. Well, except for Weasel. That son of a whore gave up all his allies to Randall Tarley to save his own skin. All he got as reward was a free ride to the wall, with no hope of return. I suppose there's some justice in that. Anyway, if you're to cope here, best you make some friends.
What about you, sir? How did you...
Ah, Cregan, he who bears the mighty weapon that all new recruits shall learn to fear. How are you, old man?
Enough with your japes, Gorold.
What are your family's words again? Thrust and break through? Seems very appropriate to me.
I hope you don't repeat this foolery in front of the Lord Commander.
Never fear, your secret is safe with me. I'm not overly particular, either.
Anyway, instead of this idle chatter, when will you face me in the practice yard?
When I'm finished protecting our new recruits' asses from your amorous advances.
Seriously, I eagerly await the day you're made to dance at the end of my sword.
I would pay handsomely to see that.
It applies to you too, Morse. According to Benjen, other than himself and Corinne, only you two can match me in a fight.
Well, that's enough big words from you, old man. Get down to the common hall and warm yourself up over a meal. We're here to relieve you.
Aye, that'll do. Have fun, girls.
Ah, the sun. When winter ended a few weeks ago, I had almost lost all hope of ever seeing it again.
Aye, this winter was a particularly cruel one.
It was spending entire weeks in night as black as pitch that got to me.
It was hard in the south as well, you know. In the Stormlands, in the bays to the north of Storm's End, it would rain so hard you could barely see more than 5 feet ahead. There were terrible floods. Village folk lost count of the people drowned.
Well, you won't need to fear floods here. The light. Ah, I must bless it with my holy water. Ah. Nothing like standing on top of the world and pissing down on the bastards that sent us up here. If you learn just one lesson, young man, let it be this. In the summer, the cold at the wall will take only your pride. But when winter returns in a few years, it will take whatever flops out of your breeches and the 2 fingers grabbing it if you're not careful. Come on, Moors, show him. Excellent. Now let's hurry and unload all this. So, as you can see, life here is nothing like the warm embrace of the witch.
What the hell was that? Weasel, what's going on here?
What in the 7 hells was that?
Look! The bridge!
Wildlings on the wall! Draw your weapons!
By the Black Goat of Kohor. I owe you for this.
What happened here?
I don't know, I'm not sure. I was standing there with Micah, checking the structure, then something hit me from behind. The next thing I knew, I was on the ground, facing the snow, with wildlings coming at me from everywhere. When I could muster the strength to shout for help, you came.
Where's Micah?
Eh? I've got no bloody idea. He was right next to me when I was hit. I hope they haven't tossed him over the wall.
I would doubt that.
Moors, look at the basket.
7 hells! You think they fled with one of our builders?
I'd say so. Yes.
We have to warn Castle Black.
We can't. They've destroyed the bridge.
And the horn is on the other side.
Now we're done for.
There's only one thing we can do.
The boy has the right of it. We have to follow them. There's no other choice.
Is this another of your japes? Just the 4 of us? And not letting our brothers know?
Do you have any other ideas?
Aye. Let's wait for the next shift to relieve us, then tell them.
That will take too long. By then, it'll be too late.
Gerald, you're the leader of this damn patrol. Say something.
Moors, Merrin, bring the basket back up.
Oh, piss on you all. This is madness.
It's done. Take care when you climb up inside. It's not as safe as the winch cage.
Is that some cruel jape? Have you seen how this thing swings about? You wish to see me dead, don't you? Besides, we'll never get 4 in there.
We'll go 2 at a time. Merrin and I will bring you 2 down. Have courage, brother. We'll meet again on the other side.
We've been trailing them for hours and still no sign of them. And when we find them, what then? Did you see how many of them there were on the wall?
I have to agree with him there. We're alone in hostile lands. Are you sure you know what you're doing, Mors?
We have no choice. The wildlings have got Micah, and the 7 only know what they'll do to get information on the wall.
Night is falling and we have nowhere to sleep.
Listen, instead of whining, I hear something close by. We found them.